Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Well Hydrate and available on DAZN. The big dog. What's happening, brother?
Parsons, what's going on?
How are you, mate?
You know what? It's I think everyone loves watching your interviews with Eddie. Yeah, they do. Fred Beck is my Charlie Parsons.
Okay, that makes sense.
He
I
is.
like that.
Yeah, we've got like, he's like my son kind of, you know?
I like to slot in where I can with you as well.
No, you do. We're very close. We're friends. But you and Eddie have a very special chemistry. It's a very special flow you guys have.
We try. How's life? We're in Qatar, we're in Doha. I believe this is your favourite city in the world.
It is one of my favourite cities, for sure. It's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful city, isn't it?
I mean, the airport.
The venue that we're in now.
The airport to this venue, to the venue we're fighting at on Thursday night, all of it, it's fantastic. It's going to be amazing.
How did it all come about? We know that they've had I think they had a match for Hope last year. They were obviously involved with the F1. I know that.
We got the first ever pro boxing match in Qatar happening on Thursday night. We're making history, Parsons.
How did that come about?
It came about from some conversations with a really cool guy called Callum. And it's a reality today. There's been a lot of steps in between. And yeah, a year later, here we are.
This card itself, you said a lot of steps in between. You've got pro, first ever Qatari pro bout. Slim versus Gibb, let's go into it. Gibb seemed a little bit almost surprised yesterday at JJ.
I don't understand it though, because he poked the bear quite a few times. JJ is not your typical promoter.
When you say poke the bear, are you on about the whole I'm going to end Misfits?
I'm going to end Misfits. He's also, I think there's been some shit stirring from Fred Beck saying, will you fight KSI, this, that. These guys, as fighters, they have to have egos. They have to, otherwise they wouldn't be successful, right? And I think there's been an underlying tension between them. And it's coming out. That's all it is. I mean, I don't think there's any victims here. Yeah, they're both guilty of poking each other and little sneak disses, more indirect, and then some direct. So it is what it is. I see on Twitter a lot of people like taking Gibb as a victim. He's not. He's an instigator as well as KSI being an instigator. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's going to be a fantastic fight. It's not about KSI and Gibb, it's about Gibb and Slim. And this fight is 5 years in the making. It's a 50-50 fight. It's impossible to predict this one. I would not feel safe putting real money on this.
Both have had a bit of time out of the ring. Gibb a little bit more. I think the last fight was May last year. Ring rust going to be an issue, do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Yuddy Gang. Yuddy. Third time out against Drake.
For some people, it is an issue. For some people, less so. You know, let's see. Gibb's trained very hard.
When I was speaking to Gibb yesterday, I have to say I was a little bit taken aback by sort of the way he carries himself in media, almost quite angry. Like I said, you see this more with pro fighters. We don't see it on the influencer side. They may have their individual beef, but with the media, they're very relaxed. Gibb's not like that. Why is that? Is that just him in fight mode? I mean,
I'm getting to know him, you know. Listen, I've had nice conversations with him, and then when I see him, sometimes I feel like he hates my guts. So I'm not sure.
So you're on the receiving end of that as well, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I'm grateful he's here. I'm grateful he's fighting Slim. I'm grateful for the fans being able to see this fight, and that's what I want to do. Just give the fans what they want, essentially.
Is there, I mean, the whole thing about this influencer boxing is the creators making the content. Are you still ushering them on in the build-up in terms of, right, guys, make sure you're still pushing out the promo in terms of your own personal platform as well? I know it's hard to mix that in with training, but what's your thoughts on it all?
Look, I think the ones that really make the most of it and understand content creation and reaching their fans are the ones who will excel. And right now it's KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and maybe a few others. I mean, I'm talking in all of combat sports, there's a handful that are superstars, you know? And the way they become superstars is they fearlessly allow their personalities to be known. And if they don't have the avenue to do that. They don't have a platform to do that. They put it on their own platforms, and it reaches people. So when you've got a platform like this, I recommend highly as a fighter, make the absolute most of it.
Out of curiosity, we saw the press conference of Darren Till and Tommy Fury, Darren Till. Have there been any issues since then with both camps? I mean, are we all systems a go for January?
Yeah, it looks good. I think you've got some real characters there.
That was a great presser.
And they are a perfect fit for Misfits. I think John Fury is the granddaddy of Misfits.
He's so good.
He's
content gold.
He's Grandpa Misfits, you know, and it's in his DNA. I think Darren Till is a very naughty lad. He's a proper misfit. I think Tommy Fury is the most tame out of the three of them.
He is, yeah.
But obviously Tommy beat JJ in that fight on the Prime card. It's great to have him here. There's a lot of storylines brewing. Let's see where it goes.
What would be the future for Darren Till? I mean, I don't want to say expect Tommy to win, but with my boxing hat on, looking maybe at the shape Darren's in, we don't know what he's going to come at. He said if he's losing, he's going to come and throw a kick. But I know that you guys are looking at doing
he won't
MMA
throw a
stuff
kick
as well. Well, we'll see.
No, he won't.
What's the future for Darren in the Misfit space? Do you think it's more than just this fight?
Yeah, absolutely. Win, lose or draw, I'd love to work with Darren. Made it really fun so far, and you know, more to come.
Back on Gibb, quick one. He says he wants to destroy Misfits, but me and Calla were speaking. Apparently, he signed a multi-fight deal.
Yeah.
What's the logic in that?
I think he's talking about the morale of Misfits by coming in and dethroning everyone and throwing the crown down the mountain to crack, you know, into a million pieces. I think he's the stone cold Steve Austin of Misfits.
Okay, JJ, when will we see? Well, he said Q1. Any names that get you excited? I know you're probably dealing with the logistics.
Oh, all big names, all fun names.
Any clues? Have we seen them in the space before? Oh, Mams, you're killing me, bro. All right, Nakisa, what have you made of everything that he's had going back and forth with Tony Bellew and Carl Frott?
What a disgraceful comment that was. What a disgraceful comment. This guy allows for a fight between a young man, who's an average boxer, to fight a legendary Mike Tyson, who is now over 20 years past his prime. Almost died by his own admission, almost died 5-6 months ago. Yeah, because of blood clotting issues and blood transfusions, and he had really ailing health. It was not just, what did they say it was initially? It's hard to remember lies, it's easy to remember the truth, you know? They said he had like some stomach acid, ulcer.
Yeah, ulcer, that was
it. It's a lot deeper than an ulcer, okay? And to allow a guy like that to get in the ring and risk his health and risk his life just to get the glory of what he put on. The rest of the show, massive credit, massive credit. But for that in particular, absolute disgrace. How dare he talk bad about Tony Bellew, who has done
back and forth with him in the comments now
as
well.
He is, and he talks about, listen, I never claimed to be a professional, okay? You know what? I am when I need to be. When it comes to Twitter and talking shit, I'm a mouthy git, and I'll get on. And so is Oscar, so is Dana White, and so is Eddie. It's got a bit of charisma.
Frank,
it's not.
Everyone.
We're not here to be like, oh, hello, you know, I'm an accountant by day.
Actually,
Nakisa was an accountant, but he should stick to accounting. But this is what I'm telling you, right? This guy has balls beyond measure to talk shit about Tony Bellew and Carl Frott, legends in boxing who have achieved so much, helped and inspired many children. You know, Tony Bellew's worked with so many charities in and out of boxing.
I think that's what he was getting at in them comments,
I haven't seen, but when I saw that, I was like, this guy is an absolute disgrace. And he's the only reason that KSI Jake Paul has not happened.
Okay, so I'll pick you up on that. Logan said both management have egos, and that's why the fight
I think
happened.
Logan is a lovely guy who's trying to imply that Nakisa is the problem, but wants to neutralize it by throwing me in the mix. Listen, I've done everything I can to make that fight happen. I've even said I'll give the key to Wasserman, give the key to DAZN. I don't need to be. I don't give a shit. I just want the fight to happen. I don't need the glory of I made the fight. I could care less. I just want the fight to actually happen.
Okay, lastly from me, what's the future got in store? 2025. I remember catching up at your call at the back end of 2023. Incredible, we're growing and growing, right?
2025 is going to be the best year yet. I mean, we're ending this year with a bang. The Supercard going to be amazing, but so much to come. A lot of surprises, a lot of fun. You'll find out on Thursday too.
Oh, yeah. What, JJ's opponent being announced?
We'll see.
That's a yes.
We'll see.
That's a yes.
Is it?
That's a yes. Mams, you're a legend. Put some money up, bro.